Have you ever felt so stressed and frustrated that you wish there were a few more hours in a day to get all your work completed and maybe have enough time to just breathe in peace? You might have even felt like you were crumbling under a mountain of unfinished tasks and time was slipping through your fingers. As soon as you try to grasp it with your bare hands, it slipped away like water. You might already be aware that changing the path of the earth in the hopes of getting a few extra hours in there is impossible. However, it is possible to manage your time effectively and lead a more productive life. Let's explore together the science behind stress-free productivity. It's time to worry less and focus more. But before we start, just hit the subscribe button below to watch more of my videos in the future. Before we move into the in-depth insights and unveil the details, there's also two things that you need to remember. The first is that a one-size-fits-all productive strategy, fortunately or unfortunately, does not exist. The tricks that work for your colleague might not work for you, or maybe they don't work at all. Everyone has their own capacity utilization and unique features that help them work more effectively and efficiently. So no finger pointing this time. The second is that although there are numerous causes of work-related stress, some of the most prominent ones are organizational issues. If you know you enjoy your job and you're good at your job, chances are all you need is better organizational skills and habits that will increase your productivity and leave no room for stress. With that being said, let's dive right into strategy number 1, which is decluttering. It is sometimes true that the messier your work or study environment, the messier your thoughts will be. This is because you need as few distractions as possible around you in order to focus on a task at hand. However, you must also have access to the things you require in the middle of your task without having to work hard for them. When you're looking for something specific but can't find it in your workspace, it's easy to get distracted. As a result, it is in your best interest to create a clean and easy to manage environment. According to a UCLA study, clutter increases cortisol, which is referred to as the stress hormone. And according to multiple studies on the subject, people who have a messy home are 77% more likely to be stressed and unhealthy. Furthermore, people with cluttered homes tend to eat more unhealthy foods and engage in less physical activity. It's something that I wouldn't want in your productive life. And I think it's something that you wouldn't want either. Strategy number 2, spending some time out. Some days you just can't get things done, no matter how well you plan them. And that's okay. There are several reasons for this. A simple headache can cause things to go wrong, and that's fine. Don't try to finish everything at any cost. Try not to bring work home with you because it is detrimental to your mental health. Use your time at home to unwind and recover from the stresses of the office. Try not to dwell on how far behind you are and limit the number of times you check your email. You would be surprised to know that, according to a study published in the Frontiers in Psychology on April 4th, 2019, investing just 20 minutes trying to connect with nature can help you lower cortisol levels. Don't be afraid of taking some time off to recharge the batteries and take care of your most important asset, which is your mental health. Strategy number 3, the GTD method, or getting things done method. The GTD method is unlike any other management method available. Most management methods emphasize time management by encouraging the use of calendar-based systems or prioritization. According to the GTD method, our productivity is proportional to our ability to relax and prioritize. When you're relaxed, you have complete control over the situation. It is important to be on time and correct, but being relaxed is even more important. The same principle holds true in martial arts and many other areas of life. The GTD method is divided into 6 simple to follow steps. Number 1, collect tasks, projects, and ideas. In this stage, you'll list all things that are making you stressed out. It might be items from your to-do list you've been procrastinating upon for a while, or let's say urgent tasks that need to be worked on as soon as possible. Whatever it is, give them absolute priority. Number 2 is process ideas to set up action. Take a look at each and every task and classify them based on how easy it is for you to accomplish them. Step number 3, organize tasks into measurable action plans. This step takes into account all the tasks that can be accomplished in less than 2 minutes. In this case, delegate any task that is not assigned assigned to you while making actionable steps for all the ones that are for you to accomplish. Task number 4, keep track and adjust. You should always review your tasks, and you could do it once a day or once a week, for example. In doing that, reevaluate their importance as well as setting new deadlines and making sure you're on pace to complete them. Second to last step, complete all tasks. And then the very last step is repeat the process all over again. The goal of the Getting Things Done method is to give you complete confidence that you have collected and classified all of your tasks, ideas, and projects from the vague and overly ambitious start up $1 million business to the more tangible, prepare an action plan for next week's meeting. It just aims to help you in organizing your workload and doing it in the most efficient way so as to reduce any kind of last minute inconvenience. Now, I have 2 additional thoughts that I want to share with you guys and that I think will help you bust 2 productivity myths that I hear from people all the time. The first is, no, productivity is not the opposite of creativity. People frequently believe that productive people lack creativity and that being creative entitles you to be less productive. But that is simply not the case. To be sure, consider the lives of artists like Vincent van Gogh and creators like Newton, who have produced not only very creative output, but also massive amounts of it. Sure, not all outputs require the same amount of work, and some outcomes take longer than others, but the goal is to work consistently rather than waiting for lightning to strike. The second one is, yes, being productive is not necessarily about doing a lot. During the Industrial Revolution, productivity was synonymous with producing more units per hour. However, in today's context, where we understand that more isn't always better, productivity may well be about doing less while doing well what you set out to do, and still being able to do it with a contented heart. Consider some of the most productive people you know. You recognize them not because they are tired, not because they're burned out or invisible, but because despite all of their accomplishments, they made time to be present and show you what they accomplished. So if you're working yourself up to a frenzy, chasing, a large collection of meaningless tasks and constantly feeling burnt out without getting anywhere meaningful, reconsider. What are you exactly doing and where are you exactly going? If the first tip is to value your time, the second tip is to accept once and for all that more isn't always better. Even if you don't have a specific goal, having a clear direction is essential. So, with all of that being said, to obtain stress-free productivity, you need to believe that it exists and be willing to pay the price for it. While, as we said at the beginning of this video, there's no one-size-fits-all way of doing things, I do believe that these strategies are going to help you massively in getting more out of your day every day. So, once you have convinced yourself that this is the life you want, work on developing a humanistic mechanism that is specific to your particular lifestyle and need. No need to stress yourself out chasing the not so worthy thing. If you're ready to level up your A game, say a final goodbye to stress and get ready to welcome stress-free productivity in your life. It's time for you to outshine and ace the workflow. That said, what do you think of this video? Comment below and share this around if it was useful. Also, subscribe to my channel if you'd like more videos like this in the future. See you soon.